So this thing's riding on the bump stops. I'm going to pull the front shocks out of it so we can address the adjuster collets, and hopefully we can repair them. If not, we'll have to get new shocks for it. But we're going to pull them out, take them apart, see what we can do. Because once those adjusters gall on the body of the shock, it's pretty much out of luck. There it is. Alright, so not entirely sure how I'm going to get those release. Let's go ahead and take the uppers off. Let's get the wheels off first. It's loose. Feels gritty. I wonder if this gentleman has a gravel or dirt driveway. The problem with anti-seize is it captures dirt and dust. And when it does that, it makes it very difficult to make adjustments. We're going to take this off of here. At least we're going to try to take it off of here. Now we're smooth and free, at least on that one. Oh yeah, that's not good. Let's see if we get the shock loose from the, it's under pressure. That's going to be difficult. Let's see if this one's going to come free or not. See, this one didn't lock down for me and it started to get weird, so I stopped. Feels good until I get to there and it's not engaging the other one yet. So we're going to clean all of this anti-seize off of these guys. And I'm just going to use ATF or Marvel Mystery Oil. It lubricates the two pieces of aluminum and it's easy to clean off. That lock ring feels all right. I'm just taking all the tension off of this, and when I put this back on, that ring's going to be probably an inch higher than where I had it. We hadn't even gotten off bump stops yet, so that's not where we want to ride. It'll ride horribly. Spend all this money for this amazing suspension system to have it not ride well. That's not what we're trying to do. All right, covered. I'm gonna be a silver man when I'm done with this job. Alright, so let's take this apart. Get this strut out of here. We'll clean all of this anti-seize off of here. Strut, coil. Let's clean it, take it apart, put it back together. We'll get to the broken one. This way I feel like I've already started the day with a win. I think that was going to live. Feels pretty good. So you can see on these rings on this side, something was in there that galled there and there. So that's why I had a gap in there, because a piece of trash was in here in between these. These really need to be like super clean, and somehow there's a bunch of dirt in this anti-seize, and that will destroy these things. So I'm going to take a file and take that nib off of there and take that nib off of there, and then these will lock together the way they're supposed to once I put it back together. And I will lubricate these with I think it's ATF. I think ATF is what's in my little squirt, but it just lubricates these as they go up and down the body, and then it's real quick and easy to just hose it off with brake clean, and then they don't attract dirt like the anti-seize does. If you leave that anti-seize on there, it makes a heck of a mess. So we'll get this side wrapped up, keep moving forward. Cleaned the spring pad bearing out too, so now it'll roll nice and clean. Goes on third. That helps your adjuster roll easier when you're trying to load it. Still got anti-seize coming out of it. This stuff gets everywhere, man. Fingers. This is a lot easier on a car with inner fender wells out of it, by the way. Let's crank this puppy up. More anti-seize. You think you get it all, and it's still there. See what that looks like when it's on the ground. Need to add more to it if we can. At least everything's moving freely. And it's going to lock down just fine. We put this side back together and move on to the bad side. I really like the QA1 rebuildable ball joint. It's a really nice part of these components. You can just rebuild them if you drive them enough to wear them out. Oh, that's not good. Oh, that almost hurt. Just punched myself in the face there. Let's do it again. I need a bigger pry bar. That way I can punch myself in the face even harder. A lot of grit in that anti-seize. Let's see if we can clean it up and get it to come free. I'm probably going to have to cut that collet off. But let's see what we can get away with. Alright. This should be the correct adjuster for this. So this one's galled. I'm going to cut it and try and crack it. I don't want to cause any more damage to the body than has already happened. So let's get to it. So I used an air file and I cut through it. Hopefully I cut through it enough. We're about to find out. I need to go deeper. That's what she said. Go deeper. Can you handle it? Crack him.
Poor monk.
I mean, if I break it, it's broke. I mean, it's already broke. You either break it or you break it more to fix it, or you throw it in the trash. Those are your choices. Correct. I won, Austin.
Oh, that's like an 83-quarter, right? No.
Oh.
That's a 70.
Now the question is, how bad did you damage the threads on the body?
I think it was the collet, because the other ring went right off without any issue, so I'll clean it up and run the new ones down it, make sure they don't bind, we'll lube it up and put it back together.
Do you have a thread chaser that size?
I do not have a thread chaser for that. I do not. There's a nib right there. Looks like just a couple spots to clean out of it. I don't want that to mess up my new one when I go in. Take a jeweler's file and clean that up. Clean that spot up. And that spot up. Dirty. Dirty. Anybody feel like they're at the dentist? Got indentations in it. Who's that one? All right, let's go back together. We got lucky. Looking like we might have got lucky, which isn't the normal for me. Normally it's the worst case scenario, but hey, we'll take it. This guy could use some good news for a change. Are you going to lunch? You going for a test drive?
I really want to.
Pops right off, man.
I didn't even touch the throttle.
I know, you just turn the key and it pops right off. Sorry, push the button.
60-pound oil pressure.
At idle, yeah. I noticed that the other day.
And it's got a cell phone charger.
And the cell phone charger.
Yeah, the way you can plug your GoPros in and have them running directly off the alternator. Yeah, Kevin wired that up because it's got a GoPro mount up here, another one down there, and you can run two GoPro chargers right off this directly to your GoPro instead of running the battery.
we're not on the bump stops anymore. We can actually have some suspension travel. Let's get it on the line for Now that we got some ride height to it, our control arms are in a better position, so we can take our camber negative on both sides. My caster's still dead on and my toe's pretty close. So we'll give it some negative camber, about a ½ degree, and that'll be about it. Toe it in a smidge, moving right along. Well, our customer will be happy to hear we saved him $900 on buying another set of coilovers. Took a few hours, but they're dialed in correctly now. We have a proper ride height that will work for the car, work for the suspension system, and a $50 part and some time instead of buying a new $900 part. I think he'll be happy with that. So, pretty cool. We were able to save that strut body without any major, without making it worse. Once they gall, you basically have to stop and pull that shock out of the car, cut the collet off, and fix whatever damage is done. And if you keep trying to push it, you're just going to make the whatever's galling in there, it's going to be worse. So I'm glad I stopped and pulled it off and cleaned it. It seems to be working just fine now. Let me give this thing some negative camber. That's easy enough from the lower control arm adjustments. Well, that's a wrap on this little adventure. Hope you enjoyed what we figured out on this thing. Gotta call the customer, have them come pick it up, and move on to the next vehicle. Thanks for watching. Click like, subscribe, leave us a comment below. Have a great day.